When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, drink a Negroni. Welcome back to Smart Cooking. My name's Elise Mayfield, and today I'm going to be turning one of my favorite cocktails into a cookie bar. It's going to be like eating a snack and having a drink at the exact same time. We're hopping over here to a food processor. This one's really fancy and I like it. So this is about 4 cups of pretzel sticks. And I feel like the salt in this is really good. It helps to counteract all of the sugar that's gonna be in our filling. All right, oh boy. Whoo! We're doing fine. Can you hear me over the noise? Jody, stop running the vacuum cleaner. I'm trying to watch my show. So about 4 cups of pretzel sticks is gonna equal about 2 cups of ground pretzel pizzas. And then we're gonna go right in this mixing bowl. These kind of larger pieces are fine. We just don't want anything that's like recognizably a pretzel. I'm gonna add some dark brown sugar. Now, if you only have light brown sugar and you don't wanna go to the store, that's fine, that's cool. Brown sugar is granulated sugar mixed with molasses. And if you happen to have granulated sugar and molasses, you can make your own brown sugar. So dry milk powder is gonna help absorb some of the butter we're putting in next, and it's gonna help with texture. And then we're gonna add, this is like a stick and a half of melted butter. Don't be shy. It's salted butter too. Again, we want this to be a little salty. Salty pretzel crust. So all you're doing is mixing this all together, and then look at that flying in right there. Perfect. This has already been lined with some parchment paper, and I like to do this so that there's some overhang so that when we get ready to pull these out of the pan, you have something to hold on to. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a spray on the outside. My best friend Pam never lets me down. Always there when you need her. Leaves a fog. I don't know. Okay, so now all we're gonna do is dump our crust makings into our pan. Okay, so now that I have this pretzel mixture pressed into the bottom of our pan, I'm gonna put this in the oven that's been preheated at 325, and we're gonna bake it for about 12-15 minutes until it's golden brown and smelling fragrant. Fantastic! We're really cooking now. Don't forget to set a timer. All right, well, while our crust is baking, I'm gonna show you how to make a Negroni. A Negroni is one of my favorite cocktails, and it's really simple to remember because it's a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. This isn't one of those where you're like, I can't even tell I'm drinking alcohol. You can tell that you're drinking alcohol. The ingredients are gin, Campari, and red vermouth. That's it. Oh, that was a nice sound, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do about an ounce of each one of these. We'll make 2 of them. And if somebody wants to try one, they can. Isn't that a pretty color? Campari is such a beautiful color. And there's some red vermouth. Perfect. This is great, playing bartender. What can I get you? We're gonna get a rocks. Go ahead and go in there. I'm gonna try to get that swirling around. I'm doing it, I think. Perfect. Will this fit? Yeah. So you pour your Negroni. Beautiful. And then the final thing is an orange garnish. And I'm just gonna kind of twist and rub along the side of my glass and then leave him there. And that is a Negroni. Smart cookie fact of the day. So the Negroni comes from an Italian count. He had spent most of his 20s living in the wild, wild west as a cowboy. And he didn't tell anybody that he was a count, and his name was Count Camillo Negroni. In his 50s, when he was back in Italy, he had a bar where he was a regular. He went into the bar that day, I don't know, maybe he'd had a bad day or something, but he was like, I want something a little bit stronger than what I've been getting, and he'd been getting a drink called an Americano. So he asked his bartender to change out the soda water for gin, and to switch out the lemon peel for the orange. The people in the bar started asking for whatever the Count was drinking, and then it kind of circulated around Florence, Italy, where he was, and that's how we got the Negroni. Now that I've got my drink made, I think it's time that we get back to baking. So we're gonna clear all of this, and we'll be right back. It's ready! I wish you guys could smell the kitchen right now because it smells great. This has turned into a very nice, like, golden brown crust. Once you take your crust out, you wanna bump the temp up from 325 to 350. Perfect. Now that we know what a Negroni is, we're gonna use some of those elements and make a really sweet and interesting filling. First things first, we've got some sugar. We've got 6 eggs, so this is a lot of eggs going in here. I'm gonna whisk together some sugar and 6 eggs so that we can get some air into that mixture, and then we'll add our other things. So we got our sugar and our eggs all combined. Next things next, we're gonna add some flour for some structure. We'll go ahead and get that going. Now we gotta add flavor. So we got some fresh squeezed OJ. That's gonna help bring in our flavors that we had from the garnish, right? So we're gonna bring in some fresh squeezed OJ. We'll go ahead and whisk this. Grapefruit. Now, I know grapefruit wasn't in our original cocktail. We just had orange, but Campari has some similar flavors to grapefruit. So that's kind of where you're getting that like floral fruitiness. We're gonna zest a whole grapefruit. It's gonna take me a hot second. Just let me keep doing this. All right, great. We're gonna stir that in. Now we're gonna cut this grapefruit in half. Gorgeous! It is, look at how pretty that is. Don't laugh at me, it's pretty. Since I don't wanna waste this grapefruit because we just zested it, we're gonna take the juice from half of this grapefruit. We're gonna pour that in as well. Now it's time to make our Negroni section of this. 2 tablespoons of gin. So good. 2 tablespoons of vermouth. Oh boy. It's fun. And then we're gonna do a whole 1/4 cup of Campari. Kind of the color of an orange sherbet. So I'm just gonna pour this custard over the top of our pretzel crust. I know it's really liquidy right now, but there's so much egg in here, I promise you it will set up. This is gonna bake for about a ½ hour, but we're probably gonna cover it halfway through because it might get a little too roasty toasty on top. Perfect. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hey guys. All right, so it's the end of our ½ hour. Our bars are ready. Halfway through this, I covered it with foil just to keep it from browning too much. Those are what our bars look like. Woo! Nice and kind of golden brown on top. We're gonna let these cool for a ½ hour at room temp, and then they go in the fridge for an hour. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have something to drink. Okay, now that I've had a couple of Negronis and these have chilled for at least an hour or overnight, whatever you want. Look, they look the same as they did when they came out of the oven. Isn't that fantastic? Boom, great. Just gonna loosen this up a little bit. I did it. Go ahead and get rid of these little extra overhangs. Now we're gonna add the finishing touch, and that involves a food processor again. And we've also got some freeze-dried strawberries, and they're very good. About a cup of those. This is so fun. Oh God. Take a sip, huh? Great. I've got a little tiny fine mesh strainer, and then we're just gonna dust the top. Isn't that nice? Isn't that pretty? If you were fancy and you wanted to do a design, you know, good on you, but I just did the whole thing because I've been drinking. Usually what I do when I'm getting ready to cut these, I usually go right in the middle on the long side, and then I'm gonna make 3 rows on either side, and then I'll do 4 rows going short ways. I feel like there should be a movie about Count Camillo Negroni. He sounds fascinating, and I would like to know more about an Italian cowboy, is what I'm trying to say. That sounds interesting to me. So, you got pretzel, you got ooey gooey custard, you got strawberry on top, and then there's like this little kind of bitterness that you get from the Campari and from the grapefruit. It was pretty good indeed. And that is my recipe for a Negroni bar. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things. Let me know if you like Negronis, how you like the bars, how you doing with your life. I'm interested. Please let me know. In the meantime, I'm about to get back on that Negroni pony. Oh yeah, that's really good. It's really good. Negroni pony.